One of the trickiest things to do for a lot of players is how do you actually move these pieces around? How do you move the camera around? How do you get things where you want to where you can see? So let's go over the controls really quick so you understand this part of it. So right trigger zooms you in, left trigger zooms you out. On the right thumbstick, moving right or left is going to pan you around the center here. Okay? Using the right thumbstick up and down is going to move you up and down like so. Left and right on the thumbstick is going to move you laterally left or right with the object that you have selected, or it's just going to be your cursor. Similarly, moving forward or back on the left thumbstick is going to move you forward and backwards on that same plane. Now, you're also going to notice that there are multiple tiers here. So as an example, if we're just moving the camera, this is all we're doing right now. If you want to move the tier of the object, you have to use the directional pad by going up and down like so. So this is essentially moving up through tiers, and there are multiple tiers going up and going down, so on and so forth. So what we can see is that if we want to move it up to a tier here, we would then, hang on, let's move our camera back over here so we can see this a little bit better. If I were to have this up a tier, it's going to mount in a different place because we've moved it up a tier. But if I move it up another tier, suddenly we get into the red and it won't mount because there's nowhere for me to mount. So what I'm looking for is these little points right here, these hard points where I can actually connect something. So I would go down and I could then lock it in place to that one or to that one as we see fit. So in this case, it started off here. We would put it back in place like that. That's how you control the camera, and that's how you control the objects that you're working with. So you have your movement around, looking up, looking down. You have your left, right, and then forward and back, and then of course changing your tiers using the up and down on the D-pad accordingly. And then right and left is just undo and redo, which doesn't have anything to do with the movement, but just so that you're aware.